Hello there, dear friends, and welcome once again to the Relaxed Fantasy Review. Today, we're continuing our series in the brand new Player's Handbook, talking about the way to build characters in this brand new generation of D&D. It is still 5th edition, technically. The base rules of the game haven't changed, but there's a lot of new stuff in here that we gotta talk about. And today we're talking about backgrounds. The idea that in the old Player's Handbook, backgrounds were just a ribbon feature that were often overlooked, granting you a few skill proficiencies, if nothing else. It really is surprising how important they've become now. The 16 backgrounds in the Player's Handbook provide you with your ability score buffs at character creation, your origin feat, tool proficiency, skill proficiencies, all the good stuff. Even your gear is built into what background you are. Today we're talking about possibly the most iconic background for any martial class, the soldier. Being a soldier out with an army, a mercenary that works with a company, someone with armor and weapons that is out there enforcing a higher order. Be it the order of law, or the order of crime, or the order of who knows? I mean, it could be that you fought in a war at some point. But anyway, you left your soldier life behind, and now you're an adventurer. Lots of fighters choose this as a background. But why? Do the ability buffs and the other features you get mechanically from being a soldier really benefit? Do they stack up? We'll talk about the mechanics of this background in just a moment. But before we do, I'd like to let you know, Relax Fantasy Review has memberships. For just $1 a month, you can support me here on YouTube and get a couple benefits. First, you get a little badge next to your name in the comments, letting folks know that you're a supporter. But also you get early access to my videos. I upload videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I upload them a day early for members only. If that interests you, you can click the join button. It's just down there next to the subscribe button. I'd love to see you in the comments with your member badges. And if it doesn't interest you, that's totally fine too. Just watching the video at all, liking, subscribing, being here, and participating in this new step forward in D&D. That's all I really want anyways. Thank you for being here and watching my content. So, every background in D&D now provides you with 3 ability scores that you can choose from. You bump one of them by +2, one of them by +1, or all 3 by +1, whichever you like. And the soldier takes all 3 of the physical stats and says strength, dex, and constitution are your stats. This obviously doesn't benefit a whole lot of casters because, no intelligence, wisdom, or charisma. But let's be honest for a second. Casters love to have good constitution, and they don't mind dexterity as a tertiary stat as well. If you're a more defensive-focused caster, you could actually benefit from this. And then you've got your marshals. What can I say? You've got paladins who love strength. You've got rogues that love dex. You've got fighters that love either or. You've got barbarians that love all 3 of these stats because dex and con affect their armor class, and strength is usually what they're fighting with. I think that aside from the fact that you're not going to get a whole lot out of this as a caster unless you're a defensive-based caster, I think this is solid. I think these 3 stats, all being here, gives you the versatility to choose your style of combat and your defensive features as you see fit. Are you going to go into armor? Are you going to go into hit points? Or are you just going to go and smash people? I think this is fine. I think this is 9 out of 10. The origin feat is the Savage Attacker feat. And unfortunately, this one just doesn't quite add up. Savage Attacker says that when you attack with a weapon, you can re-roll the damage dice. Effectively, what this does is it gives you advantage on your damage rolls. So if you're fighting with a longsword, for example, you would normally roll a d8 plus your strength modifier, but now you're rolling 2d8, taking the higher number and adding it to your strength modifier. Is that good? I mean, what does that add? It adds another point or 2 of damage. The best you're going to get is a heavy weapon, a greatsword, a maul, or maybe a great axe with 2d6 or 1d12. Rerolling a d12 with advantage isn't awful, netting you an extra couple points of damage every turn. Is it worth an entire feat, though? I don't think so. I mean, is it going to increase your damage over time? Yes. Are there much better ways to do that? Also, yes. I mean, when you grab your 2d12 and you roll a 1 and a 2 on your damage roll, you're going to wish you didn't have this feat. You're going to be like, I would have just taken the 1 rather than hoping I was going to do better and rolling the 2. And is that going to happen all the time? No. I just don't think that this feat is... It should have had something else, you know? I could see, like, maybe on a crit you deal triple damage, or roll triple dice instead of double. That wouldn't have been too bad. Or maybe Savage Attacker just turns all of your damage dice, takes, you know, anything below half and puts it at the halfway point. Maybe a d6 will always roll 4 or higher. That might have actually been too strong. In any case, it's unfortunate, and I don't think... I mean, yes, as a weapon wielder, which you likely are as a soldier, it's not going to be worthless, but I just don't think it's worth a feat. I think this is 5 out of 10. They could have done a lot better here. They do have skill proficiencies. You get athletics and intimidation. Both good skills to have. Athletics, especially if you're a strength-based character. And intimidation isn't awful. Intimidation is something that barbarians can now use their strength for as long as they're in a rage, which is absolutely a thing that a lot of people homebrew anyway, and now it's official. And even if you're not super high in your charisma, having proficiency helps. I think that these two skills are absolutely perfect for this background. I think they're worth 8 out of 10 and 9 out of 10, respectively. Finally, your tool set. Unfortunately, it's the gamer's set. And I know that playing games is fun. I know that it can be interesting in a tavern situation. But honestly, when you say that your tool of choice is a deck of cards, I'm like, really? No thieves' tools, no disguise kit, no tinker tools, no woodcarver, no smith, no mason. Come on, there's so many interesting things to do with tools. Why are we playing a card game? I guess we're playing D&D, aren't we? That's a dice game. In any case, I usually give these just a 5 out of 10 because it doesn't take away from your character. I guess it's an opportunity cost, if anything. And it's not useless. I just think it's going to come up once in a whole campaign, and, you know, you can probably get away without these sort of proficiencies, but here they are. And overall, I think that's just kind of the name of the game for the soldier. It's simple. Strength, constitution, dex, athletics and intimidation, all good things. And then Savage Attacker and gaming set, it genuinely feels like this does represent what it's supposed to do. You're a soldier. You're a meathead. You're a thick, you know, sort of skulled individual with a lot of strength and a lot of tankiness and a decent amount of speed. You hit hard and you play harder. I don't know. I think the soldier is a 7 out of 10 background overall. If you want to play a soldier and you're leaning in to the barbarian, fighter, paladin roles in the game, or you even want to be that kind of sneaky behind enemy lines dex-based rogue, you could do worse than this. I don't think that this is a bad background. I just am disappointed by a couple of its key points. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I think that if you want to play this role, you should. The background's not bad. I just have seen much better, and I can think of much better in most cases. But you play the character you want to play as, you're still going to enjoy having a soldier background. This has been the Relaxed Fantasy Review. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe down below. Have a look for the join button down there, and keep your eyes peeled for more background reviews coming down the line soon. Have a good one, my friends.